Why am I digging a hole in my fire pit? We're gonna find out today. Hey guys, Justin with Backyard Bushcraft. So it's my favorite time of year, October. It's cold outside. There's no bugs, there's no humidity. Gets me motivated to go outside and do some projects around the yard. So why am I digging a hole in my fire pit? Well, I want to make some birch oil today. And the way we need to do that, we take some birch bark, we put it inside a tin, we cook it, extract the oil, and there you have your birch bark oil. I'm going to show you how to do that today. When you're going to make some birch bark oil, you need birch bark. I don't have a lot of birch in my backyard, so recently on a hike, I went walking through the woods. What made me come up with this idea, I saw some dead birch laying on the ground, decided to harvest some of the bark. What I have here in my haversack, which we'll talk about in just a minute, is just some paper birch. That's it. Guys, the haversack is really been useful for me. I follow Dan Ollorac on Coalcracker Bushcraft. I don't know if you can make that out or not, but the guy is just awesome. Website's awesome. A lot of useful information. I've learned a ton from him, but what I'll use the haversack for is exactly something like this. If I'm going on a little hike around the neighborhood or, you know, local ponds or parks in my area, instead of carrying a backpack with a bunch of stuff that I'm not really going to need, I'll just have the haversack on me, and you know, as I'm going through, if there's something I see, I can always throw in there. Something I want to collect, something I can throw in there, throw some water in there or some snacks or something to eat. But anyway, Coalcracker Bushcraft, www.Coalcracker Bushcraft, Dan Ollorac on YouTube. Check him out. I'll be taking a class next year at his bushcraft school. I'm really looking forward to it. Dude's awesome. And I thank you, Dan, for introducing me to haversack life. So I'm just gonna take this birch bark that I have, and I'm just gonna put it in this tin. Right, there's really, I'm just gonna try to get it into there. Stuff this bad boy as much as I can. So I have that pretty full with my birch bark. I put a cover on it, and there's my hole where my birch bark oil will come out. How I'm gonna catch it is with this guy right here. So I'm gonna show you how the whole process works. Boom, bang, there you go. Pretty much easy peasy lemon squeezy. All right, guys, back to the fire pit. So what we're gonna do is, we're gonna take our tin, a smaller of the two tins that we have, put it at the bottom of the hole. We're gonna take our larger tin, place it on the top of it just like that. So when we cook this, the oil from that birch bark will go into the other tin. And what we want to try to do is keep this as clean as possible. All right, so I'm just going to backfill this real quick, and then I'm going to get a fire going, get this pretty hot, and cook it for about I don't know, 2 or 3 hours. Now I'm going to be honest with you, never done this before, and the tin that I'm using is not you know, of high quality. It's a novelty tin from a local hobby store. This thing could completely disintegrate in front of our eyes. If it does, I'll be sure to share the fail video. All right, so now I'm just gonna get a fire going, and I'm gonna let this cook for the next 3 hours. So I've been keeping this fire nice and hot for the last 2 hours. I'm probably going to cook it for another hour or so, or just let this fire die out the way it is. Hopefully we've extracted enough birch oil, or a decent amount of birch oil from the bark, so I can use it today, show you what the purpose is for. But while I'm sitting here enjoying this beautiful fire on this beautiful Sunday afternoon, I'm just trying to figure out why the heck I don't have a bushcraft maul to help split my wood. Future project. How about them apples? But most importantly, I'm also sure you couldn't help but notice this totally awesome sweatshirt I have on. So there's a company in North Carolina, Ollorac.com. They spread positive messages through their clothing wear. I'll have a link in my description, www.ollorac.com. And I am a firm believer, the positivity that you put out, the universe will pay you back in spades. So stay positive, and I'll see you guys in about an hour. All right, so fire's burnt out. This thing is still blazing hot. I'm just gonna move some of the coals away just to help it cool down a little faster. And what I'm hoping is that we have some birch oil from this birch bark. Oh, wow. Look at that. And inside here, we have the birch oil. So I'm gonna let this cool off a little bit more. I probably could have waited a little longer to let everything cool, but I was pretty anxious to see if this worked. I'm pretty stoked right now. Okay guys, so there you have it. You have your birch oil right there. Right, you're gonna be left with this substance. It's kind of tacky. It smells awesome. And this is what you're gonna use to put on woods, like an axe handle, which is what I'm gonna do today. You know, you don't need a lot. So it's a little adjustment on the camera here. And then we'll just take a little and we just rub this into the wood, the hickory. And it gives it a nice look. Gives it a little bit of a tacky feeling so it won't slip out of your hand. And that's pretty much what we're gonna do. And then I'm also just gonna put a little on my sheath to protect that leather. And that's exactly what we do with this birch oil. So, a success. I'm actually pretty excited about it. I'm just happy that my tin can didn't explode, because like I said, it was nothing special. It's just a novelty can I found at a local hobby shop. All right guys, so that's it. Another first for me, birch oil. Pretty easy to make, very long process I have to say. Cooked it for about 3 hours in the fire, had to keep it hot for most of the morning. But the important thing is it came out great. As you saw, it wasn't too perfect. My can did wind up tipping over. Probably could have waited a little longer to take it out, but I was pretty excited and anxious to see just how much I did yield from that birch bark. But look, like I said, the important thing is we were able to get exactly what we were looking for. Don't forget to check out Coalcracker Bushcraft. I'll have a link in my description. Dan Wolwack and Coalcracker bring a lot to the table when it comes to bushcraft survival skills. Definitely check them out. And don't forget Ollorac, www.ollorac.com. Company right in North Carolina, spreading positive messages through their clothing line. Like I said, check them out. The link will be in my description as well. So that's gonna wrap it up for me today. If you like what you saw, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to ring that bell so you're notified every time I make a video. This was a great process for me today. I'm pretty excited at the yield I got of that birch oil. I can't wait to use it on some of the other tools that I have. So again, until next time, this is Justin with Backyard Bushcraft signing out.